What's up, YouTube? Alright, so I have a couple of projects that I need to finish up. Two of the big ones are back here, and one of the not so big ones, but just requires me pulling out the saw again, is inside the front part of the van where the bed is. And that's just something I've thought about recently. So, first thing, whoa, I can't even grab it. It's back here. So basically, right now, I have a lot of dead space. There's a good, like, I don't know, about 10 inches between the end of this cabinet and the end of here. And except for stacking things on top of each other, I don't really have, like, a good way to really store stuff that actually takes the most advantage of the amount of space I have back here. So I'm going to be changing that up. I actually bought boxes down here. Something that I hope is going to help with storage back here. And you'll see that by the end of the video, hopefully. But the other big thing I have going on, well, I'm going to have to put you on a handheld to actually show it to you. Okay, so before I even get to the shelving, these are obviously all the wires to my solar system. They're just kind of droopy and all over the place and not very clean. And it goes all the way down here to basically just a little battery protector I built. And that was just to block things from hitting the top of the terminal of the battery. But this isn't secured very well, and mostly it's just locked in by the fact that there's a lot of junk around it. So there's stuff on this side and stuff on this side, and that basically, and this little protector basically keeps the battery within this box, and it also protects the terminals by having this thing at the top. I basically want to enclose the batteries a little bit better than they're enclosed right now, and secure them a little bit better than they're secured right now. But this was the best I could come up with at the time. Not just throwing things in the bottom of a well the way they are now will help a lot. And so, yeah, I'm hoping to secure this a little bit better. So this one's just kind of a small thing. The back of the water container, and it's hard to see it because of the lighting change, actually hangs off the end of the table a little bit, and it's actually causing it to buckle right here when there's a lot of weight. And so I'm just going to I'm going to build a little wood platform to go underneath the water bottle. Like, that's the plan. And then, I've always been sad that since I have all this space, that there's nothing in this dead space. So what I actually have is a spare little water bottle that I'm going to put in front of this one, but I want them both to sit on top of a platform that's on top of this that keeps this from, like, sinking as much as it does. The lighting is making this weird, so hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about. So this is basically my old battery frame. Like I said, it was just framing to sort of keep things away from the critical parts of the battery. This was not the smartest way to do this. I am going to unhook most of this in order to clean it up and make it not such a clusterfuck. And down here, if you can see it, I'm going to secure these batteries with a strap. As you can see, there's a little gap there. It's a little tricky because I have to get them underneath this sort of shelving unit. And they're heavy. I mean, they're AGM batteries. They're not lithium. The weight has probably helped keep them pretty still along with being boxed in. But this is not the safest way to secure batteries, so I just want to make it a little more secure and safe. Alright, I got the battery box in area finished. I had a big oopsie. And I need to replace a couple of cables. So that's a thing, but also like it's done and it just took a little more effort than I expected. So what I'm going to do just to finish out today, I'm not going to hook all the wiring back up. I am going to put together my shelves from Home Depot. And just see how the fit is on those. And then I'm going to do a sloppy pack back of the van and come out and finish tomorrow, which should be easier because all the big stuff is done. You know, the big stuff's done. I don't know how else to say it. The battery, moving the batteries around and getting them attached, like, oh my God. It took some time. Just because they're heavy and they're hard to move, and I'm dealing with an awkward space that it's awkward to get into, and bend my body into. So much like many projects, what I thought was going to be a one-day project turned into a multi-day project. And I'll just have to come back to it tomorrow. The good thing is I shouldn't have to cut any more wood. Fingers crossed. I was going to throw out the wood, but that's dumb. You should never throw out your scrap wood until you're at the end of a project. So I'm going to keep the scrap wood just in case, but I shouldn't have to cut any more wood. Hopefully I don't have to use any more power tools at this point. It's just like hooking all the wiring back up, which I'm not even going to do tonight because I don't need to run any electricity in the van. And also I have cables I need to replace now. And yeah, that's where I am at the end of the day. So I'm just going to put these shelves together, roughly fit them in, and then wrap it up for the day and then continue tomorrow. So this is disappointing. I opened my packages from Home Depot and they sent me the wrong thing. It's faucets. And that's not what I ordered, which means these now have to go back to Home Depot. I don't know if I have enough time for them to do a switch out, which is disappointing. I may just have to return them and ask for a refund, and see what other thing I could get or similar thing I could get that does the same thing. The thing is, I'm looking for a very specific amount of space to fit into. And this is one of the complications of buying, not building. In my next video, I'll be covering the return trip to Home Depot and the other ways in which this simple project kind of began to take on a life of its own.